Hello, my name's Daniel and I work as one of the curators at LSE Library. And for South Asian Heritage Month, I thought I would have a look at some of the traces of Ambedkar, which we find in our archives here. So Ambedkar is perhaps one of our most famous alumni. He faced extreme discrimination and segregation throughout his life and went on to gain 2 doctorates from LSE and Columbia. And we have a few things of his in the archives. The first is his student file here, which contains about 70 pages that relate to his time here at LSE. Includes things such as his application form when he arrived here for the first time in 1916. We can also see his attendance record where it lists the classes that he took. Secondly, we have his PhD thesis, his doctoral thesis that was published, which you can see here, and with a signed dedication to his supervisor. Ambedkar also appears in the papers of George Lansbury, who was a Labour MP. We can see Ambedkar writing to George Lansbury enclosing a scheme of political safeguards for the protection of the depressed classes in the future constitution of self-governing India. And Ambedkar also appears in the student file of a student that came to study here in the 1950s, Vital Kadam. And this student was here under a scholarship that was arranged by Ambedkar for Dalit students to spend time studying abroad.
Outside of the library, we also have this bust of Ambedkar, which was sculpted by the famous Indian sculptor Brahmesh V. Varg, cast in bronze. This was unveiled at LSE in 1994 by then LSE director John Ashworth and was gifted to the school by FABO, the Federation of Ambedkarite and Buddhist Organisations in the UK. And finally, in Clement House on campus, we have this portrait which was presented to the school in 1973 by the Ambedkar Memorial Committee of Great Britain. It was painted by G.S. Nagdevi and depicts Ambedkar in a white suit holding a copy of the Indian Constitution.